Hello and welcome to Canada Immigration Guide. Today we are going to talk about how Canada plans to deal with the immigration backlog. Before that, remember to subscribe, like, share and leave a comment. The recruitment effort being undertaken by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada (IRCC) is scarcely making a dent in the backlog of citizenship and temporary residency applications now being processed by the agency. Canada has been struggling for a number of years to keep up with the steadily growing immigration backlog. This is despite the fact that during the first 5 months of this year, the country welcomed a record-breaking number of new immigrants, and by the end of the first week of June this year, the IRCC had an outstanding backlog of around 2.39 million applications. After a period of 4 months, the backlog of applications at the IRCC has grown to include more than 2.5 million submissions. So, what steps is the IRCC taking and how will they affect you? Well, let's get started. Hence, the Canadian Parliament's Standing Committee on Citizenship and Immigration (CIMM) launched an investigation into the application processing delays and backlogs of the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada (IRCC) earlier this month. The objective of the CIMM is to exercise oversight over the immigration system and publish research that includes recommendations for its improvement. Since the beginning of the pandemic, the number of people waiting to be served has more than doubled, reaching 2.1 million. This includes people who are seeking citizenship as well as temporary and permanent residency. It goes without saying that the backlog is detrimental to Canada's economy and it causes family to be torn apart, and that it makes it more challenging for Canada to assist those in need on a humanitarian basis. There is no question that the outbreak has played a substantial role in contributing to the backlog. During the early stages of the outbreak, government workers in Canada were directed to do their duties while logging in from a remote location, which hindered their ability to manage the processing of applications. However, the pandemic cannot be the only cause of the backlog, and it cannot even begin to explain why Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada (IRCC) has offered such poor customer service over the course of the past 2 years. A recent report on the ongoing efforts of the organization to minimize the backlog of application processing was made public by Sean Fraser, who is the Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship. Additionally, he offered details on how Canada plans to improve its immigration system in order to meet the exceptionally high demand for applications, and they include the following. IRCC will recruit extra processing staff. In the next month, the IRCC may increase its personnel by up to 1,250 more employees in order to process the backlog of applications and raise their overall capacity. IRCC was given an additional $85 million in finance as a result of the Economic and Fiscal Update 2021, which will assist it in accomplishing its labor target. It will be able to reduce the present processing times and progressively recover service levels that existed before the epidemic if more staff are added to the processing department. Updated standard processing times. The most recent alert draws attention to a few critical sites where pre-pandemic service norms will shortly return in the near future. These include applications for permanent residence through express entry, which will return to a service level of 6 months, and spousal sponsorship, which will return to the previous requirement of a service standard of 12 months. Changes to the program's delivery as well as qualifying requirements. In addition to improving already existing tools, the IRCC is implementing brand new regulations in order to significantly reduce the amount of time required to process incoming applications. Important modifications include applicants who are presently residing in Canada and who fulfill the following qualifications are excluded from the need that they undergo an immigration medical examination. It is anticipated that this change will be implemented over the next several weeks, and that it will be applied to applications for both temporary and permanent residency. When processing applications for spouse sponsorship, the IRCC will continue to offer virtual interviews to clients who are unable to attend in-person interviews due to scheduling conflicts. In addition, the department is in the process of launching a trial program that will allow applicants for the spousal sponsorship program and additional applications, which will be announced in the near future, to conduct virtual interviews at visa application centers rather than an overseas visa office. These candidates will be able to apply for these visas in the near future. Applications for permanent residence are submitted online, So, in an effort to bring the delivery of permanent residence programs up to date, Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada (IRCC) will start the move to digital applications for permanent residents on September 23. In addition to the digital citizenship tests and virtual citizenship ceremonies that were introduced the previous year, the website for applying citizenship now allows groups of adults to apply together for citizenship at the same time. It will be updated once more before the end of this year in order to include applications from minors. Access to application progress. In order to keep applicants up to speed on the current state of the backlog inventory, the IRCC plans to publish monthly data reports online. In addition, the IRCC launched its online application progress tracker for sponsorship-based permanent residency applications in February 2022. This was a significant step forward for applicants. By the spring of 2023, it is predicted that the status monitoring system will have incorporated 7 more types of permanent residency as well as temporary resident status. The level of uncertainty around application processing times has had a significant impact on the candidates' plans over the past 2 years, and those plans have been significantly impacted as a result. The IRCC is aware of this challenge and emphasizes that advances in the near future will make it possible to obtain more exact information. To be more precise, they hope to improve the predictability of the application process for applicants by providing them with forward-looking forecasts of how long it will take to complete an application. Immigration targets and statistics. The Immigration and Refugee Board of Canada (IRCC) continues to receive more applications for temporary and permanent immigration than in previous years, despite the backlogs that have developed. Between the start of the year and last day of July of this year, Canada welcomed 275,000 new permanent residents into the country. When compared to the years that came before, this accomplishment was accomplished in the least period of time possible. This number means that they have reached well over the halfway point toward the objective set by the IRCC for this year, which is to accept 431,000 permanent residents. During the same time period, the government handed out over 349,000 new work licenses and over 360,000 new study permits. In addition, these numbers significantly break the mark set for the previous year. Working towards growing the Canadian economy. The Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada (IRCC) recognizes the significance of continuing to improve Canada's immigration system and enabling more immigrants to join the country as temporary foreign workers, international students, or permanent residents by carrying out this plan of action and recognizing its importance. A more comprehensive immigration strategy will be beneficial to the economy, and it will also help alleviate the present labor gap that Canada is experiencing. So, do you think that these strategies are going to work? And will they improve the immigration backlog? Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching this episode. Hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.